think that you are a no-good, jive-ass, trifling man. You used her, and you have said right here in this courtroom that it was, as you said, quote unquote, a piece.
Christine Geiger is suing ex-boyfriend John Royce for bail money and collect calls he placed from jail.
Well, I met John in January, and he got thrown in jail February 24th. And throughout the next week, we talked on the phone. He called me collect. We talked a few times about myself loaning him the money for his bail.
I'm going to give you an opportunity, just a moment. Let me just get the basic facts out.
I paid his bail on March 3rd.
How much did you pay in bail to get him out of jail?
$1,029.30.
All right, and you have a receipt for that.
Yes.
Now, you also say in your complaint that you paid money for collect calls that you received while he was in prison.
Correct.
But you accepted these calls on your end. How much money are you claiming on those calls?
I didn't even come up. I have 67 calls at $3 a piece. And I wouldn't have accepted these phone calls if it wasn't for him saying that he was going to pay them.
All right, let me give an opportunity to you to respond. John, what happened?
Well, basically, I got thrown in jail. I called her up to tell her that I was in jail. She said, yes, I know. I'm trying to find out a way for you to get out right now. And what man in their right mind wouldn't accept?
How did you meet? How did you meet her?
I was talking to her son up in Coles because I was the security guard there. And
now, you're a security guard,
yeah,
but you got thrown in jail?
Yes.
That sounds somewhat ironic. Yeah. How long had you known him before you put up the money to get him out of jail?
Month and a half.
Now, we fast forward to a month later. Are you all seeing each other regularly during this month before he's arrested?
When he's not at work. It was a dating thing. It wasn't boyfriending. It wasn't serious, but we were dating.
You then got a loan
for $500
against your car for $500.
With 20%.
So you put your car in hock.
Because he promised me that he was giving me $441 the same day.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
And I would not have put all this money out without the promise of getting it back.
Your Honor,
there's no way in hell.
I never promised her that I would pay that money because there's no way in hell I could have paid that money.
Well,
that's why I
would you accept it? Just a moment. Why did you accept it?
What man wouldn't accept it? Hey, I'm getting out of jail earlier.
Excuse me.
Fine, you know.
How in the world did you rack up hundreds of dollars in collect phone calls?
We talked all the time. He was trying to con me into borrowing the money, I guess. Because he kept promising me that he was going to pay me.
Calls. Hear me. Listen to me, both of you. 67 phone calls. Why would you call her 67 times?
Most of the time, I would ask her about my mother.
You want me to believe that you're concerned about your mother, and you're going to call collect to call her to ask about your mother?
And other times I just needed somebody to talk to. She was there. She was accepting the calls.
Because
Your Honor, the call said,
you were in
do you
jail
accept?
And you don't have anything else to do, so you're on the phone.
Basically.
You accepted these phone calls.
Because he said he was going to pay it. At the very beginning, the first call, I said, I can't pay these collect calls. I cannot do this. He said, don't worry about it. I'll take care of it.
How old did he tell you he was?
He told me he was 25.
And how old did you find out that he was?
I found out that he was 21 years old.
How did you find that out?
His mom let it slip. She thought I knew, I guess, or something, when we were on the way home from visiting him in the jail.
Did you lie about your age?
He's just a liar.
Yes.
He's just a liar.
Why?
Because she was easy game. I mean,
he just admitted it.
She wasn't nothing.
He just admitted it. It was
All
a
I
bad
wanted,
time,
Your Honor,
too.
was a piece of. That was it.
You wanted what?
A piece from her. That was it. And that's only when I went over there is to get a piece.
Did you use her?
Basically for sex, yeah.
You used her.
And money, too.
When you called her for 67 phone calls, I am convinced that those phone calls were designed to make sure that she came up with the money and that she paid your bail. That's exactly what I think happened. You and too many other women have caught in the same situation. A man shows you some attention, then you go out trying to be a good person. You get humiliated, you get used in the process. Now, fortunately, I am on the bench, and I am hearing this case. And I am going to make sure that there's some justice done in here today. You are going to pay every single dime of the bail money that she put up for you. Do you hear me? Every single dime of that money. Because I do not believe this is designed to be a loan. I expect, though, that you've got to learn from this. You accepted those collect phone calls, those are on you. You'll have to absorb those costs. I'm entering judgment. Don't say anything else. I'm entering judgment in your favor for the amount of the bail money and the amount of $1,029. If nothing further, we will stand adjourned.